Hello, and here we go again with the next lesson in this first chapter of Higher Maths, looking at the straight line. Lesson 6 now is y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. And for this lesson here, I want to use a diagram that should be fairly familiar to you if you have had a look at the other slides. So for this one here, let's say I have a couple of points. The coordinates of this first point are A and B, just AB. And the coordinates of the next point, let's just say it's X, Y. If you obviously wanted to work out the length of this line here, the length of the vertical line, well, you subtract the Y coordinates. So that's going to be Y minus B. The length of this wee horizontal line here, well, you subtract the X coordinates, so that'll be X minus A. Okay? If, let's say, you wanted to work out the gradient of that line, well, you know you need 2 points. Well, we have AB, we've got XY, so we could just use the gradient formula. Y2 take Y1 over X2 take X1. Subbing in, not the numbers, but subbing in letters here, what we would have is we'd have Y take away B over X take away A. What we could always do with this is to get rid of the fraction, we could multiply both sides by X take away A. Or move the X take away A over to the other side, multiply it by M. Either way, if you rearrange that equation, what you'll end up with is this. Y minus B equals M bracket X minus A. And this is really just another form of the general equation of the straight line. Why would we use this though? Well, if you remember back in National 5, sometimes you were given a gradient, you were given a point, and you had to get the equation with y equals mx plus c. What we could do is, instead of using y equals mx plus c, and then doing a couple of steps where you've got to work out c and then sub it back in, what you can do is you could just use this equation. So you tend to use that if you know a point on a line and its gradient. And whenever I'm doing straight line and higher, what I tend to do is I tend to think gradient point equation. Because in order to come up with the equation, you need to know the gradient and the point. So let's try a couple of examples with this. So example 1. Find the equation of the line passing through the point 4, 7 with a gradient of 2. So with this one, we want the equation of the line. So again, you're thinking, well, to get the equation, I need the gradient, I need a point. Just think gradient point equation, and then think about what you know. So from the question, do we know the gradient? Exactly, we know it's 2. Good. And do we know a point? Yep, it's 4, 7. Good. So the equation we can then come up with. So just on the last slide we had y minus b equals m bracket x minus a, and from there, if I get rid of that, we can then sub in these values. For this, really that's the x and y coordinates. Really what we're going to do though is just call them a and b, and it's alphabetical. First one's a, second one's b. So that's what we're calling them. And you just want to sub them in. X and y you're wanting to leave as they are, because you know in all the equations of your straight line you have something x and something y. So x and y are left, and we're replacing m with the gradient and a and b with these two numbers here. So we've got y minus b, so it's going to be y minus, and then b is going to be 7. So we've got y minus 7 equals, m is the gradient, which is 2, so we have 2 bracket, x minus a, well a is 4, it's the first value, so we have that. From there, multiply out the brackets on the right hand side, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 4 gives you negative 8. And from there, you really want to get it into one of the forms that you know. Either move everything over onto the left hand side, so you've got something x, something y, a number equals 0, or you want to get it in the form of y equals mx plus c, so you've got y equals on this side. I think doing that here, just moving the negative 7 over so it becomes plus 7, or adding 7 to both sides, will give you y equals 2x minus 1. And that would be your answer. That's the equation of the line that passes through the point with that gradient. Second example, number 2. find the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. So we have the points 4, 3 and 7, 15. Again, whenever you get one of these questions in higher, you want to be thinking gradient point equation. So do you know the gradient? Well, no, we don't. We don't know the gradient. Do we know a point? Yeah, of course we know a point. We've got 4, 3. Yeah, you're right. You could also use 7, 15. What I would tend to do is use the one that doesn't have negatives and that has smaller numbers. So in this case I'd probably use 4, 3. But if you used 7, 15, you would get the exact same answer because it's the exact same line that these points are on, so it doesn't matter which point you use. Try it with the other one if you want, it's the same thing. So again, gradient point equation, the gradient we don't know, so you have to work that out first. I'm sure Ryan has already done it, but for this you've got m equals y2 take y1 over x2 take x1. Sub in the values then, so y2 take away y1, 15 take away 3, over, and then x2 take x1, so 7 take away 4. Just simplify that, so you end up with 12 over 3, which works out to be 4. Well done, Ryan. And from there, you know the gradient, that is 4, so the gradient's 4, the point is 4, 3, so you could sub them into y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. Again, a and b are just going to be these two numbers here alphabetically. Okay, that's a, that's b, so you can replace them. As I said, you could use 7 and 15, that works as well, and you get the same answer. So putting them in, y minus b would be y take away 3 equals m. M is 4, so you have 4 bracket x take away a. A is the first number, so that's also 4. You've got the right hand side, there's brackets, let's multiply them out. So 4x take away 16, and from there just get it into one of the forms that you know. Here's dead easy to get it into the form of y equals, so add 3 to both sides, or move the negative 3 over and add it, and you will get y equals 4x take 13. And that would be your answer. If that makes sense, give it a shot. Try some of these in the book. It says page 216 and 217. You should be able to do questions 1 to 13. Starts off with the easy questions and then goes on to some harder ones. If you're not too sure about anything, either ask me or watch this video back. And again, think about how well you're getting on with these. Just let me know if you need help. Good luck.